Thank you for tuning in to TalkWad.com, the world's fastest growing internet radio network. Please check out all the other great shows on www.talkwad.com.
Okay, so we're back. Our little break. Thank you for coming back. So we're gonna get back into 7 District and some of the things you've been doing with that.
What is it?
Well, it's a clothing. It's still it's weird for me to like talk about it. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that with the show?
Yeah, I do.
A little bit, right?
Yeah,
it's like
definitely.
the self-actualization thing. It's a clothing brand that I own.
Okay.
7 District Apparel, and I started it a year ago. Actually, March 5th is when I LLC. Mm-hmm. Started the business up, and it's kind of it's been growing ever since. I launched in June, so basically I've only owned the business for 8 months.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I got a lot of questions, but I'm gonna let
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Because I'm extremely interested. I'm gonna keep it real.
Like I'm trying to keep it in right
For
now.
real, I'm like, for real, you do a clothing line? Because my cousin does a clothing line.
Okay.
And he has had his clothes like all over the U.S., but he just realized I might say something wrong, but
yeah, wait.
Because in my head,
you probably was like a
Pump
kid
the brakes.
at
yeah,
like,
my cousin's voice just got in my head like, don't say nothing crazy right now.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I represent him good.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, he had his clothes all over the place, but he went through different distributors and had different investors, and so now he's in the process of trying to get it back. Trying to bring everything.
Oh, bring it all back to him.
Right. So basically, this is my question. First of all, how did you even the beginning process? Like, how did it even start? Like, how did you even be like, you know what, I want to do clothes, and this is how I'm going to actually do it?
Oh, it was like, I would say probably a couple of years ago, I was just like, well, I want to own my own clothing line. I think that would be a lot of fun. But since I didn't have the motivation to do it, so I'd probably say 4 years ago, I started having ideas for different things of clothing, and it's completely different than what I have going on now. But I was like, oh, I want to own my own business. I think it would be fun to do a clothing line. Wasn't that motivated, didn't do it. And then in December of last year, someone passed in my family. My uncle passed, and I was like, you know what? Life is way too short. I'm gonna go ahead. I always wanted to do my own clothing line. I need to get serious about it. I'm learning how to do websites, all this stuff. I'm gonna do a clothing line. So I just hit the computer, and I was up all night, every day, every night when I got off work, just researching. And then I was like, okay, I think I came up with the name and just kind of went from there. I don't know. Is that the level of detail?
No, I want more detail. I need to know. Okay.
One thing you gotta know about Shorty Rock, that's never good enough.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because you like to dig. You like to dig.
Yeah, I do.
Good.
I really do.
I wanna know more.
So as far as
went from A to Z.
Exactly.
Okay.
You don't went from
Because I don't want to. I
A
don't
to
give you this
whatever.
long-winded answer. Okay.
Right.
So,
No, I want the detail. Okay, did you actually say I'm a sew a shirt?
Okay.
How what was
Everything
that?
from the whole thought process. Okay. So I'll give you a timeline. So January, they said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start my own business. This is what I want to do.
Okay.
Started doing the research, figuring out, how do you get shirts printed? Who makes them? What do you have to put on the inside tag? Is there laws behind that? Do I have to get trademarks? Do I have to get a patent? Do I have to get a copyright? I got to research all that to see the differences and what you really need for your business. So finally figured out, one, a name that I really, really liked, and then two, if the domain was available for me to even buy it, because you don't want to come up with Nike.com or Nikecom.com and it's already taken, because then you're out of luck. So I figured out the name. 7 is very significant in culture, in
lucky.
religion. Lucky 7 people, 7 virtues, 7 sins, 7 days of the week, 7 continents. I mean, 7 is a good. It's just good for branding. Period. It's something that everybody recognizes everywhere, and they think it's lucky. And and that's the connotation behind it. But So came up with 7 District to basically describe the way that I am. Basically, I think 7 District translates into like enlightened area, the zone. So when you like in the studio or when you're doing this the talk show, you guys like you ain't even phased about anything.
Yeah, we
that's
just
going
elevate.
on.
We just enlighten.
No,
we're at the 7th
real.
District right now.
But
To
you're
me,
in like
it's
the
therapy.
zone.
I'm in
You
like
get, exactly.
Yeah, I'm like
you aren't
forgetting
worried
about
the
the outside
bills.
world.
You aren't.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
I wanted my brand to like represent that. So that's where 7 District. The whole naming behind that is just an area that we all get in when we're doing something that we love, our passion, whatever. Came up with the name, researched it. I looked if there was trademarks behind the name, if the domain was available. I bought the domain 3 different ways from Sunday. So you could spell it the normal way, the way the actual brand spells it, and then how people would think maybe the number first, so the number 7 and then district. Covered all that. And then, so once I owned the domain and it had the name, I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and LLC it and figure out from there. So once I filed for LLC in March and I launched in June, then I started finding like printers. Who's going to print my shirt? Should I do it myself? Is it going to be worth the cost to do it? How do I design? I'm a finance major. I got my degree in finance, so I had no idea.
So you LLC'd without a T-shirt yet?
Yes, without a t-shirt.
Wow.
Yes.
Without even
That's walking by faith.
Without not even a design. Not even a design.
Wow.
But I knew that this is exactly what I wanted
what
to do.
you wanted.
No,
Yeah,
that's
sometimes
right.
it be like that. Sometimes
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Do
Sometimes
it.
it be.
One
I
big
went-
Good
I
Lord.
left. Yeah, I left for Atlanta because the same thing kind of happened to me. Like my grandmother passed. So I'm like, man, duh. And then stuff just started happening from there. January all the way up until the time I left for Atlanta. So when I went to Atlanta, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Atlanta, write a book. I had an idea. I knew I wanted to write a book, but I didn't write down nothing. I didn't have a page done, nothing. So
That's when you know you're on the right path.
Yeah.
Because I was willing. I mean, and then once you put some cash on it, then it's real. That's when,
Yeah.
I mean, and I think like a lot of people, even like with my volunteer trips and stuff, everybody, oh, I want to volunteer. Oh, I want to start a business. Oh, I want to. But I mean, you have to be willing to put that cash down. And then once you
invest
put the
in
cash
yourself.
down, but it kind of makes it real. And then you're like, oh, I invested in this. So now I need to do it. So I knew that's what was going to push me.
Yeah, getting an
Yeah.
LLC without knowing, like, yo, now it
Now
got
I'm for
this.
real because I done LLC. I need to make some money.
I'm a member.
I'm wildin'.
Yeah, this is real.
What do I do?
Right.
So I just found a printer, found a couple of different ones. I was starting to get samples, starting to get overwhelmed, starting to get anxious.
Dang.
Try to find somebody to do a website.
You should, look, he has models. He should do a fashion show.
See?
Yeah.
For you.
Oh,
You
We
have to see his
really
models.
could, yeah.
And I could be the person that be like, them. I'll find a
Can talk,
place.
yeah.
Do all that.
Bam.
Networking. That's what happens.
I made us 9 models.
Yeah, see,
Oh.
now you got all. You don't need
See,
to
I'm gonna
find
have
any
to get-
models. If you wanted to really do your
See,
own
and that's-
show.
Not even like when I do photo shoots.
Oh yeah.
I'm always calling out my friends, hey.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
models wouldn't be a problem.
See? That's good. But
See,
no,
that's how you-
it's
That's how
it's a
it
long
starts,
journey.
though. It is but at least it's just crazy because we went to high school together.
Yeah.
Like for real, went to high school together. You know what I'm saying? Know some of the same people. Stuff like that, and it's so good to see people that's our age doing things that's positive because there's so many people out there our age that
Talking about doing.
they talk about it, but they probably popping mollies right now versus
Sweating.
versus like going to work trying to do something. Start your own business. If you can't find a job because you're a felon, start your own business.
Exactly.
Don't be afraid to. It's not gonna happen overnight. Yeah, you're not gonna make the money you might be used to, but it's your own business. It's your own thing.
But we're the now generation. That's why everybody
Yeah, we
wants
want
it like
everything
instant.
right now.
Instant.
Yep.
Like mac and cheese, it doesn't work like that. So that's what a lot of people, and it was crazy because I had seen some of like our old classmates out. Everybody's coming up to me, congratulations, we're so proud of you. And it's just like it's weird to hear that because there's so much work that goes behind it. Like
Yeah.
ridiculous amounts of work.
People don't
Nobody
understand
sees it.
Yeah. They just see.
The end product.
Yeah, and me personally, I hope people, if anyone's listening right now, I hope you don't take it offensive. I don't care what the next person think. I'm for real, because they wasn't there with you when you started GED from the beginning all the way.
Nah, they wasn't.
So why should you even care about their opinion? And that's how I look at it. Like, shoot, a person could be like, oh, congratulations, but at the same time, they're like, oh, she should have did it this way.
Exactly.
Or she could have did it this way. It should be much further if she did it this way. Like, I could have did that.
There's a book.
I could have did
the
that.
lady said, she's like, everybody will tell you how you're supposed to do it, but if they really knew how to do it, they'd be doing it themselves.
That's why I look at people
right.
like,
okay. Well, next when you try it, let me know.
Right, let me know how it worked out. Why you didn't do it. So I really, I look at people, especially our age that's doing stuff. It's people out there that's our age that's teachers. That's look at like Vicky. She's going to be on the show soon. Victoria Kirby. She's doing
what she do? Who is that?
She like works with Obama.
Yeah,
like
the
Obama
campaign, and it's like heading it and stuff out of this region.
Yeah, like she's like over this region
she with
for
the Blake?
Obama. Yeah.
Big thing.
Like that's like my sister.
She's met him how many times? She's met like there's pictures all over Facebook.
Yeah,
she's
with her and Obama like
chilling.
Like, hey,
for real?
Obama.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, for real. And
that's
she
what's
went to
up.
our high school, so it's like, and there's other people out there, even like Anthony Watson, and they happen to all be my friends. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Surround yourself.
That's what's up.
But you have to, because, life is, first of all, too short.
Yes.
Life, at any moment, you can make the wrong decision and be homeless and be
That's true.
just and it's harder to be good in life, because I done been where I was doing the wrong thing and I was having so much fun.
No, yeah,
it was so fun. But then it's like, you think about it, once you get older, you're like, you know what, this is crazy. Let me settle down. Let me get for real and focus on these books and graduate and get a degree.
Exactly.
So that way I can apply for these jobs that's paying like the minimum is $20 an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to get to that point in your life where it's like, okay, I wanna get a degree. It's nothing wrong with being smart. It's nothing wrong with owning your own business.
That's true.
It's nothing wrong with doing productive stuff. That's just my little rant, because it's people our age that are doing things so great, that are helping out the community. And then it's other people you see that's our age that's like, dang, look at that person. You see them on the street, you like, dang, that's so and so. Dang. Oh well.
Especially our age, yeah.
You're like, dang, that's kind of messed up, but
I don't mean to interrupt, but I still want to get back
Oh no, go ahead.
to this. Okay,
Sorry.
now
You know me, I've been over
I
it
know.
all the way. You gotta bring it.
Kendra
I told you to bring
I'm
it
just
back.
getting sucked in.
I'm trying to. You just keep swimming away.
Bring it back. You gotta
trying.
bring me back.
I'm trying. Okay, all
I
right. So
cooperate too. I don't argue.
okay, so what's the first process? Like, do you get the
for
design?
design
Did you
and
get a
stuff.
designer? Did you design it? Did you get a graphic
Okay,
artist?
gotcha,
What
gotcha.
took place?
And that's what I'm still trying to, because a lot of these graphic artists too, they'll play around like, oh, what I'm learning now is you can't do a lot of business with your friends first.
Oh heck,
first
no, you
off.
can't.
So that's tip number one. I'll tell y'all right now.
That's tip
And
number one.
That's tip one.
Tip one.
Tip one.
Just because you don't ever want to burn those bridges with your friends, and then when it becomes business and they don't understand that it's not personal, that's when stuff starts getting a little crazy. So, I was trying to find artists, and I was actually going to get my brother to do it.
How's your brother?
He's good.
I'm sorry.
He's
Okay.
good.
See, I stopped right there.
I was gonna get my brother to do it because he can draw, and the whole process basically. In short, my friend she helps me a tremendous shout out to Christine. I think she's watching. Who helps me a tremendous amount. She hooked me up with the Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator.
I love that.
Had no idea how to use it. Zero idea. So I got on YouTube. Just started teaching
tutorials.
myself. Yeah.
I thought I was the only one.
No, everybody.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
See, and that's the thing. Oh, you want to go out to this club tonight? You want to? No, I gotta be in. I have to watch 3 videos tonight because I'm
trying to learn how to.
And they not music videos. Thank you.
That's an Adobe. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this down. So she hooked me up with that, and that's another thing too. You gotta be resourceful. So I have only a limited amount of money. I'm not getting investors. I'm not getting other people. This is just me, myself, and I. So she was nice enough to say, "Here's my student, my other license, you can go ahead and use it. I started teaching myself how to use that. And my designs are pretty simplistic. It's a minimalist approach, to the way that I design. Cause I mean, I like plain stuff really, to be honest. So, and I was figuring to myself, there's other people out there probably just as weird as me. So.
A lot of people.
Like one little t-shirt and some jeans.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of weird people.
Yeah, a lot of weird people, a lot of little niches. So I just started designing the things the way that I saw the brand, which was very minimalist in design. And you don't need a master's in graphic design or art to be able to do it. So I started teaching myself how to do Adobe, and then once I found the right printer, that's where it comes all into play. Well, what kind of specs do they need? What type of files? And anybody that's gonna get into design and even owning like a clothing line, you have to have, a lot of the printers want like high resolution files, which only come from Adobe or other programs, but it's expensive to get this program. Taught myself how to do that.
$600.
Yeah. So that's why I said she was nice enough
to give it.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because the Adobe I got is the demo. Must be a trial.
No, this thing is like it's.
Or I got Adobe.
Expire?
Then I have something called Lightroom.
Lightroom? You have Lightroom? We need to talk.
Oh, okay.
See,
I don't know. I promise I don't. I don't know.
I need that Lightroom. I need that.
Guys, get on that one.
For real.
I don't even know how to use the Lightroom.
I
finally taught myself how to use the Adobe, the Photoshop a little bit.
Photoshop, yeah.
Lightroom's kind of hard.
Tutorials, you gotta hit them up. YouTube.
Yeah.
No, but taught myself how to do it. Figured out what the specs they wanted, and then I just started trying to put together the files and sent them off. I designed everything. Like each order goes out with a special thank you card. So that's
awesome.
on a template. The basics collection is on. I designed the little hang tags, everything. So.
Okay. So like so you send a design over to the printing company, and is the printing company in America?
Yeah.
Okay. So
everything's printed right now on American Apparel.
Okay. So do they
Out of LA.
What's the turnaround time?
When they are playing, like 3 weeks.
Okay. And how many pieces?
I mean, they do a minimum of 25, but as you grow your line, I mean, for me, I started off doing the minimum, and now it's just branched out. Like the new stuff that I'm going to be coming out with in about 3 or 4 weeks, depending on how long they take to turn around. I'm going to do 50 per piece. So, I mean, I'm not like crazy yet about spending a bunch, but I mean, once I get to these trade shows, then I'll have to obviously order in larger volumes. So,
okay, see
there's a lot. Just sitting down teaching like Christine, who's going to be my backup when I'm gone for the next 2 weeks. I was like, dang, this is a lot of stuff.
It is. It really is.
I was thinking about getting an intern. I have to get an intern.
You do.
That would, yeah.
You really do.
I really do, because it's not enough hours in a day. By the time I work, get off, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And I'm like, oh my God, I still got to do stuff for the show. Got to do this. Want to get my master's, so it's like, oh my God, I got to get an intern. So
this is what I tell people, because I do management. You know what I'm saying? So not only do I manage like models and stuff, but I manage artists and I manage clothing designers too. And a hairstylist. Actually, I just signed.
Oh, nice.
Within the last 2 weeks.
Card.
Yeah, definitely will. But what I tell people is like, whether you do it now or you do it later, but anytime you're trying to go to the next level, whether you're in the entertainment business or the fashion industry, you're going to need help.
Yes.
Because you're not going to be able to do everything. And it's a lot of stuff that you have to do, especially initially when you first start. Like I had an artist just tell me, she was like, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm paying $400 for, she paid $200 for the beat that she got and another $200 for the studio time for one song. $200 for one song, which is expensive.
I was gonna say,
yeah, that's okay, but that's not good. So she paid $400, right?
That sounds expensive.
$400 for one song.
I wouldn't do it,
and she's supposed to be doing like 12, anywhere between 12 to 15 songs. So just add that up.
Yeah.
And this is for an underground person.
Yeah.
Who may not even make money off of what she's doing. So she was like, what do you think? Do you think I should hold off getting a manager, or you think I should have got a
manager?
You need to be responsible.
Yeah. I said, first of all, I said, think about how much money you're gonna spend because you didn't negotiate or you didn't think about negotiating. I said, if you're going to be in a studio doing 10 hours, you know, or doing, you're doing not even 10 hours, you're doing 12 songs, 3 hours each. That's
Probably
a,
discount
like,
on some
yeah,
time.
can we get a discount? But if you're not
You gotta
thinking
get
like
a
that,
discount.
you know what I'm saying? If you're not thinking like that,
No.
and you
Yeah,
know,
you don't know. She
yeah,
might. She
and
probably
you
don't
know the producer in the studio not telling you that.
You know,
Oh,
of
no.
course
Yeah,
not.
they not.
He getting his money.
Exactly. And I said, now that you're at that point and you're spending your money, how's it going to look you going in now and saying, hey, can I get a discount?
Yeah.
You know, now they're going to be like, what are you talking
wrap.
about?
Yeah.
You know,
Right, you
maybe
already
even
paid full
signed a little
price.
something. You know what I'm saying? So like I try to tell people, like, you're going to need help.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And since I do business management and I do graphic design and I do marketing and promotions and street teams and all this other stuff, it's like, you know, that's my pitch to people.
Yeah.
It's like, you got, when you hire me, you're hiring like an entire
Right.
squad.
Team.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I tell people, I said, look, you can either go with me and pay a small amount, you know, or you can go with other people and do a la carte and get killed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you gotta get the help, whether now or later. And
Oh,
it's better to get
eventually.
it now.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Especially when you're starting out. But you know, the hardest thing is when you're starting out and you're starting this, you got all these ideas. It's like, I know me personally, I just don't want nobody to help me. Like, you know,
Yeah,
like, it's like, I want people to help. I want the help. Wish I had an extra body, but it's like, you don't want to. It's like you're afraid to trust
'Cause it's your
people with your
baby.
ideas.
No, but see, that's,
Yeah.
see, that's it.
It's like, I
It's
don't
the
want to tell
trust.
people, you know, what if they be like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, I'm finna take it and I'm
Yeah.
gonna do, I'm gonna do it bigger than, you know, and it's like, you know, you want to try to do it all yourself, but who do you try to get to that you can trust to help you, or do you just get someone just to do the dirty work of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay,
Well,
just do this.
Well, that is the major thing, because it's not necessarily that you don't want help, because you do want help. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to be taken advantage of or hurt. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Or for somebody to destroy.
Destroy what you're trying to do.
Exactly, which could be easily happen if you got somebody, you teach them everything. They could easily either take it and do their own, or they can kind of
Destroy
sabotage
Sabotage,
what you're
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's important that that you do find somebody that you really can trust,
Oh.
and someone that, you know. Okay, it's basically like this, right?
Oh, I just want to say
No, go ahead.
real quick. My aunt, hey, Auntie Mary.
What's up,
she wants
Auntie Mary?
To know,
Hey, Auntie Mary.
because we mentioned, you mentioned the Adobe. You don't have to talk about it long,
Yeah.
but she just wants me to mention this. You mentioned the Adobe. You also mentioned, we talked about the models, and she wants to know if you use older models. Like, if you ever went to do a fashion show or something like that, would you use older models? I can't tell her yes, because it's my auntie. I'm gonna say yeah.
I
Model
think it
the
depends.
shirt.
What?
Auntie.
It depends.
Yeah,
What
it depends. It depends, really.
depends on what you look like.
No.
What
no,
auntie
no.
look
My
like?
auntie is beautiful.
No.
Bruh?
But yeah, it all depends, because what really, this now that you brought it up, it really would be a business move. You wouldn't just be like, oh, you gonna get all your friends because you're having a fashion show. They're your friends. Everybody, all my
Yeah,
friends.
no.
You're probably gonna have a casting. You're probably
Yeah.
gonna pick.
Yeah.
So that's really, and I'm sure you're not gonna discriminate on someone's
No,
age,
no.
size.
You might.
No,
might,
because the whole thing,
but
though, my
That's
whole
up to
motto
her.
is
You know, it's not.
feel young, live wild, be bold. So, I mean, it transcends.
It just depends.
I have a very good looking older male model. He looks very, very
See?
handsome. And that's somebody that I would get if I wanted, you know.
Guys are different though.
Yeah. See, it depends.
It depends. It depends
I
on the
think.
place, the location.
Yeah.
If I'm going to a skate park, I mean,
Of course. Yeah,
You don't
that'll
want.
be-
You may not want Auntie Mary or Aunt Lucinda.
right. They're trying to take pictures on the skateboard.
like,
Nah,
it doesn't fit.
It might.
Depending on what you're trying to do. Not okay. Let's throw that one in there.
Could.
Not.
But okay, so we can go back.
Yeah.
She just wanted me to.
Oh, shout out.
Auntie Mary.
But what I was saying was like, you know, basically, you know, you gotta find people that you can trust.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and you gotta. The main thing that makes people untrustworthy is that they feel that they're not getting something out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not,
Good point.
if you want me to do everything for free, you know, or if I feel like I'm helping you a whole lot, but there's no incentives or nothing in it for me, then at a certain point you could cause a person who probably wouldn't do nothing to be like, you know what? I done did all this work for you.
Yo, yeah.
You know, so now you prosper and I'm not really prospering. You know what I'm saying? Let me sabotage you, or let me, let me do something. But when you have clear cut percentages or paying people, that's why I don't too much like getting people to do stuff for free. But when you paying people, when you have,
maybe even tell them, okay, you can go to events for free.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the trade show that we're trying to go to. I mean, I'm gonna pay for the whole trip just because, and I don't want her. She's gonna be helping me out, and I'm going actually with Johans, who are another one of our friends who owns he owns his clothing line. And hopefully
I got some good friends.
We'll be able to do this. Yeah.
Shout out to Blake. That's how they molded us.
That's how it happened.
That's how they molded us.
That's how it happened.
Like for real. So a lot of us that's like,
shout out to Blake.
But you never want to. I mean, those type of people. I feel like my specific group of friends, we always give with not the assumption, but I feel like we always give because it will come back. Some karma. I mean, it's always good or bad is gonna come back to you regardless. Like that's just how it works.
Yeah, that's true.
So we always act under that, I guess, assumption. So whenever we're helping each other out, and that's another tricky thing with friends, but. I mean, to my point earlier, you don't really want to do business friends. We kind of like the way that we met is we started our own little thing. So we've always kind of been like business partners, if that makes sense. And then if it gets big enough, I'm the type of person that I don't want to run like the whole show.
Me either.
Like you could do the back end. Let me just do the concept.
Yeah, that's how I am too. Like
not me.
Sarah Blakely, the richest, youngest like woman on Forbes, the one that did Spanx. She's not the CEO of her own company. She's just the idea behind the scenes. She hired a CEO. She's like, that's just not for me. That's not the position I want to be in.
Right. See, it's not for everyone.
It's not for everybody.
It's not. And even with because soon we're gonna get into the because we always talk about love and relationship as well. We like to touch on that as well. So we're gonna kind of get into that, and he tells us, he's gonna tell us our topic, and we have let's see, because last week we was giving away a gift card. No one called in, answered the questions, but someone did answer them on Facebook. He got one wrong, so he couldn't win. But we have. Hey,
he tried.
That's how
you got to.
Shout out to him. Yes. Yeah. And we have a 7 district hat here.
The 5 panel.
See? Bam.
I don't know if you guys can see it. It's gray, a gray 5 panel.
Yeah, and let everyone know before we get into love and relationship. Let everyone know how they can buy 7 district apparel.
The website's up, and actually, I'm in a boutique. So you can go to the website 7district.com. Any way you can think of it, I own the domain. It's going to take you there.
Okay.
Also on youngcrowns.com. It's a online boutique out of Canada. And then Fringe Outfitters in Ohio. It's a boutique up there on High Street. They sell 7 District too. So
see, all these ways you can get your 7 District.
Grab it any type of way under the sun. And then also follow on Instagram, 7 District. Twitter, 7 District. So hit us up.
Bam. No excuses. None. Excuses. So we're going to get into the love and relationship, talk about that a little bit. And I just want to say I appreciate you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Definitely. We've had artists on the shows, which we still will. We're still going to have artists, singers, rappers, stuff like that. But it's, it's different to have someone who owns a clothing line on there. It's a different, mood, different, everything with the show. So shout out to that. And I just appreciate you for being here.
Thanks for the invite.
You're welcome.
Okay, love and relationships tonight. I'm actually going to read you something.
It's going to be sad. It's going to make us cry.
No, it's not going to make you cry. I hope not.
Because it's no telling. With you, it's no telling. Be up here crying on the show.
I know, they do.
All type of stuff.
Well, I got that,
Oh, you got it like that, huh?
Sometimes, I like to call it Billy D mode. But this is something I actually put on my page. I actually started a new page. It's called Dr. Rock Relationship Guru.
Oh.
And I am Dr. Shorty Rock. But anyway, So, okay, I'm just going to read this. It's just a status message. It says, there are 2 types of people in every relationship, the giver and the taker. Opposites seem to attract, and so the problem is that there are way too many relationships where the giver is giving all that they have to the taker, while the taker is taking so much that it's destroying the heart, mind, and soul of the giver. Okay? But true love that does not destroy is found when a giver finds themselves in a committed relationship with another giver. So ask yourself 3 questions. Are you the giver or the taker? Is your boyfriend or girlfriend a giver or a taker? And if they are a taker, how can you replace them with a giver before they rob you of your happiness and peace? So let's answer these questions here.
Good way to end the show.
Yeah.
That happens a lot in relationships that we see all the time. You know, people, you got one person, male or female, they're doing everything, and the other person is just sitting
Chilling.
home, not doing nothing.
No effort.
No effort, no nothing, not caring. You know, and that's crazy. That's sad.
You guys believe in 50-50?
Yeah. Or even sometimes it might be, I believe in, sometimes it might be, I might have to do the most because you might lose your job. So I'm going to say, oh, we're going to break up because you lost your job. No, I'm going to be like, okay, I'll step in.
You gotta step up to the
Yeah,
plate.
even vice versa. I would expect the same thing for, you know, my other half, whatever, to do the same thing. So at some point, sometimes you got to give more than 50%. But
Not at like a basic level. Yeah, 50-50, definitely.
I'm going to be honest with you, I don't believe in 50-50.
What do you
what you
believe in?
believe in?
I believe in 100-100.
Aw.
And the reason why I say that,
See what I mean?
Tier, where's the
How he
tissues
gets
at?
you?
because look, I feel like, okay, this is my idea of a perfect relationship, and this is kind of why I wrote this, okay? I feel that if I can get into a relationship with a woman who is saying, I'm going to show you how much I love you, you know? And then I'm going to say, no, I'm going to show you that I love you more. And you're like, no, I'm going to show you how much I love you more. So I'm going to do this. No, well, you did that. Well, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Right.
And I am going to not focus on my needs, but I'm going to focus on your needs. You know? And she's like, well, you're not going to focus on I'm not going to focus on my needs.
I'm going to focus on you.
I'm going to focus on your needs. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to have a very good relationship because the essence of building a long-lasting relationship is giving up yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a scripture in the Bible that says, no greater love that a man can show than to lay his life down for a friend. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you give up your life or give up the things that you just, and I'm not saying lose your individuality, that's not what I'm saying. But when you could give up your selfish ambitions and it no longer becomes about me, but it becomes about us. And what can I do to improve us? And I'm not going to do this because it doesn't improve us, or this is not healthy for us, or I'm going to do this because this is going to benefit the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you can foster a relationship that is built on love and trust and you know, integrity. Because it's like, I don't want to do something that's going to hurt you because that's going to hurt us and that might tear us apart.
Right.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to disrespect because that might break us, you know? So that's a giver and a giver,
Yeah.
you know? So,
See, I think that's the thing. You kind of have to know how to be both.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of situations, even if I say, oh yeah, I'm a giver, but I have to be willing to allow a guy to come in and be a giver too.
right.
And I have to be able to take. Because sometimes we get so
Not be too independent.
Yeah, some people you're just so used to being independent. Guys too, they're just so used to being independent. They might pass by, their significant other that they might be with long term because they were, they kind of push them away. Like, whatever, I'm independent. I don't need your help.
I can do it on my own.
Yeah, so sometimes you gotta know how to be
Receptive.
both. You know, you gotta be know how to be able to take and give, but don't take too much where you're just being like needy and
Right.
Just being
But if you're in a relationship with a good person, because that could be male or female, they're not going to allow you to give everything.
yeah,
You know?
definitely.
Yeah, that's if they're a giver though. If they're a taker, then
Yeah,
They
they're
will
not gonna
take-
care.
They'll
Yeah,
take
it's like,
you until you
what?
can't give them more.
Yeah,
And it's so
they will.
funny. I like what you said. about, you have to be willing to be a taker too. Because I was talking to a young lady recently, and she was telling me all this stuff about, my walls are high, and I'm going, my next relationship, I'm going to take it real slow, and, I'm not going to, be so giving and friendly, I'm going to make him earn it. And I said, you know what? I said, that's good, but you're setting yourself up for failure. I said, because that makes sense if the guy that you get with is terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. You want to take it slow. You're not gonna be as friendly. You're not gonna be as giving. You wanna make him earn it and prove, that he's worth it. I said, but it doesn't make sense. I said, you're gonna wind up shooting yourself in the foot if it's a great guy.
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna wanna climb through all the hoops
Right,
and
just to do that.
Yeah, the hurdles that the other guys put in place.
Yeah.
In order for him to find out that you're a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Because I told her, I said, look, if you actually run into a good man, he might know that he's a good man.
Yeah.
And because he knows that he's a good man, he might want a good woman.
Right.
So he's gonna want to see your goodness. He's not gonna wait. He's not gonna want to be waiting and pouring out his goodness and rolling out the red carpet.
If you're
not doing that.
Yeah.
But sometimes so many givers or so many good women or good people, and I say women because I don't deal with men, but so many good women.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let the eyes fool you.
What?
I just
What your eyes got to do?
know,
you just had to put that out.
I had to put that out there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? People's like, yo, he been single mad long. You know what I'm saying?
Some brown eyes.
Right. I can't.
Okay, had to set that straight.
Yeah. So, but anyway. Sometimes when you get so accustomed to being with a taker, you don't really prepare yourself to be with a giver.
Yeah.
Which can lead to you running a good man off.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot. You run a good person off, because a lot of times you got those boundaries up, so you just like whatever, I'm a guy, and he's probably, that person could be a good person for you, and you just run him off because you're probably giving too much or you're not willing to give enough.
Give anything, yeah.
Yeah. So no, that giving and taking in a relationship, I don't know. I go with the moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. One day I might not have it to give, so you got to, kind of step in. Or one day, you might not have it to give, because I think about bills first. If I'm in a relationship with someone and we're at that point where okay, we stand together, we for real, it's bills first. So hey, we know our bills are this much. Then after that, we can go from there. And if we living together, it's 50-50. Like, it got to be 50-50 at least. If you have it, if you don't, then I guess I'll do more.
I guess.
I hope so, because that would suck. Like, you balling. You eating mad good. He over there like, yeah.
I ain't like that shit.
For real? You just finna eat that Chinese food all in my face, right?
Oh, we have a caller.
It's called domestic violence.
Hello, caller. This is like my auntie's phone number.
Hi.
Hey,
what's
Auntie
up?
Mary. I knew it.
Hi.
Hey, how you
like
doing,
my
Mary?
Hi, everyone. I'm truly enjoying the show.
And we are truly enjoying your voice right now.
Auntie Mary, don't fall into the temptation of Shorty Rock. I'll just
Make sure you add me on Facebook, but
Back
go
in
ahead.
right
We'll get her.
Rock is
Well,
the ultimate
I
match.
think what he's saying, he has some really, really good points.
Thank you.
I feel exactly the way he feels, that there are two different types of people in any relationship. That's givers and takers. And when you have two two givers that meet, you will have a successful relationship. But another thing I learned about relationships is if a man or an individual, if you're a Christian person, if you are a Christian and the other person isn't, one thing you have to think about, and that is, if that person will not give their heart to God, they're not going to give it to you. And sometimes when we as Christian folks are looking for a mate, we see somebody that we think is the right person, and we try to give them so much, we try to show them so much love. But if that person has not given his heart to God, he will not, or she will not, give it to you. I don't care what you do for them.
That is so
Good
true.
point.
Definitely got to be equally yoked.
That's a whole nother show if you
It
think
is.
about it.
It is.
If you think about it, it is.
I actually wrote something like that today, actually, on a status message, and I said if a man does not love God, why are you so surprised that he doesn't love you?
Hmm.
You know, because God is the ultimate. You know,
The Bible says that the man looks to God, the woman looks to the man. You know, so if the man, doesn't have a relationship with God, not a fake one, not whatever, I'm talking about in your heart, have a relationship with God, how can he steer his household, his wife, his kids into the relationship, into that direction of God if he doesn't have a clue? You know, so
That's true.
and
That's
God,
true.
and God is the ultimate giver,
that's
so He
true.
gives
Another
everything.
thing,
So,
I'm sorry. Another thing I think that we as women do, we disillusion ourselves because we as women, we read these fairy tale stories
Princess
about
syndrome.
Cinderella and Snow White and Rapunzel, how they met their prince and they got married and rode off into the West and they lived happily ever after. Well, the question is, what I learned when I became married, I kept waiting for the happily ever after to happen, and it never happened. And I learned it's because the guys never read the stories. So they don't know what we as women are looking for. And the same thing goes for the men. The women don't understand what men are looking for. So you have issues there.
Yeah.
But that's about it. That's all I have to say for right now.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Auntie, for calling.
You're
I love
welcome.
you.
Love you too, babe. I'm proud of you.
I love you too, Auntie Mary.
Uh-oh, look at you.
You guys. I
Talk to
hope
you
to
later,
meet you in
Auntie.
person one day.
Oh, I hope to meet you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hi, Auntie. Crazy. So,
Need to bring Auntie Mary to the studio.
speaking of that, no, but it's true. It's true, with that, and that's we're gonna end the show on this. Really, even no matter what you believe in, because a lot of people they don't believe in Christianity.
Yeah.
Oh, why? Hey, that's them. But whatever you believe in, that's if you're a Christian, devout Christian, you shouldn't be looking for a mate that's not. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that causes problems.
You know what I mean? Like, okay.
But that's what any religion,
That's what
though. Almost every religion, you just kind of like, well,
stay within, that, because it'll be
Similar
really,
beliefs.
Yeah, it'll be really hard if I believe in something and the other person doesn't.
it's hard.
That's hard.
Especially
I can
a
only
Christian.
imagine.
Because Christians believe fundamentally different things
Yeah.
than other religions. Especially with the fact that they think that Jesus is the one and only true God. Like, even to the point of saying there are no other gods but the God of the Christian faith. So that is something that will cause a major conflict if you're dealing with somebody else, because essentially if you believe Christianity, if you believe the teachings of the Bible, you kind of believe that everybody who's not following Christianity could be going to hell. You know what I'm saying?
To me, that's why I said that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
Are you guys talking about like relationships with two people having two different religions?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my cousin.
That's so
There's
hard.
there's
That's really hard.
I think there was like a documentary about that.
That's
can't
tough.
Where it's just
imagine.
families. I
I
mean,
couldn't do it.
even my roommate in college.
Families too. Sometimes, like some cultures, like
That was like that's the issue
they're
that it
so
played.
different.
Yeah.
Like some cultures just don't believe in certain things. Wow.
Yeah.
I need somebody that's look. You from the street? All right, bet.
Jesus. We gonna get this money together, boy. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna sell
you
this
gotta-
coke.
I'm not saying you're in the street, from the street right now. You might not be in the street right now, but you done struggled. I've tried to talk to someone who's never been through anything. I can't do
It's hard
it.
to relate.
It
I would love to
is.
talk to someone that's rich and never been through nothing.
But you still can't really.
Oh, I'll teach you.
But why does it matter? Like,
It doesn't
if you
matter.
make a connection with somebody, whether they've been through that type of struggle or not.
It doesn't matter. It's just
She
I'm
just
the type
think
of
it's
person. I've been through a lot, and I'm not saying I'm gonna sit there and talk my mate's head off about what I've been through.
You might.
But I need somebody who can, because to me, talking is like therapy. Like I come on the show and I feel better. Like I feel like I done exercise. Like, so I can't just be in a relationship where I'm telling him about, oh yeah, I went through, growing up, we had food stamps. He's like, oh my God, what hither is food stamps? I can't really.
Stop messing with the white guys. Straight up.
I can't.
Straight like that. Stop messing with the white boys.
But at least with somebody who, hey, it's not about white or black. We got some white boys that grew up like that with food stamps.
Poverty all over the map.
Yeah, ripping the food stamps out the coupon book, going up
You
there.
took it back.
Yes.
Yeah, so y'all didn't have them? You ain't had a coupon book?
I have spent them.
Oh, okay.
But I never got them.
Well, hey. I remember going to the store with a coupon book.
Yeah, I had to do that. I hated that.
So, I'm not saying if I was to meet someone that's, oh my God, so rich, come from a wealthy family, and he was like, oh, okay, I want to get to know you, maybe he could tell me about his vacations they went to. I don't know.
It's different. Yeah. You just saying it's hard to get over that.
I wouldn't feel comfortable. Like, I wouldn't feel like.
I feel very comfortable.
Because you can't relate.
I would feel comfortable. If you rich, holla at me. Shoot.
Shorty,
we will find common ground.
I mean,
on the yacht.
You can have other common things, common knowledge, except for the fact that they didn't have to go through struggle.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that'd be something big, but at the same time, it wouldn't be something big because it's about progression.
Especially if they balling. Listen, if you balling.
Look, she ain't saying she's above it.
See, now you talking about black dudes. Because white people, they don't be balling.
Oh.
I'm just wealthy.
That's true.
I just got it.
Just got it like that, No, but, and it's not, I don't know. I guess because I meet so many different people. Like, I've met, like, even recently, it's crazy, just met somebody. And they're not like that. Just like a friend kind of thing through somebody. And they're
so what's
white.
their name?
Huh? Sean.
Oh, okay.
And they're white. And it's like, okay, this person is white, but, like, the way he talks, and he's, like, rich, So it's just weird that it's not about color. That's all I want to say.
You need to bring him on the show.
Why? You trying to
making deals over here?
Yeah, he always like that. Like, what we gonna bring?
No, I like to talk to people who are rich.
Oh, okay.
I feel like what I'm saying. They got rich. I want to figure out what you're doing right now to stay rich.
Born rich, like it's another person. They own a pawn shop, and that's only because their dad owned 2 pawn shops. He passed away, gave him one. He's rich, but by default, kind of.
Yeah, but he's maintaining it, so he got he knows something.
He has to have some sense.
And a lot of rich people, they do other stuff. Like they have other side ventures and businesses.
This person just really, it's a long story, but this person just kind of there. The people that's really running the pawn shop, it's people that's been there 25 years since the dad.
Oh, he just collecting money.
Pretty much. So, but anyway, so this was a great show. Definitely was. Carmen's on here, talked about 7th District. We talked about hunger in America a little bit, which is definitely a serious issue. So if you know anyone that's dealing with that, and if you're dependent on food stamps, and I mean, and not just like you might use food stamps every now and then, or you might know somebody who got food stamps, you might get them. But I'm saying like you're really dependent on food stamps. Like if you don't get your food stamps, your kids don't eat. You might be heading towards some of the people that, you might want to seek out some help. Because what if your food stamps get cut? Anything could happen.
And don't be too proud.
Yeah, to go get help.
Everybody needs it. Everybody needs help.
If you need help, you need to go down there. There's places out there that give away free food. But definitely we're going to be here next week, same time, same place. pinktalkshow.com. Shorty, you got anything to say?
I'd just like to... thank you for coming on the show, Carmen.
Yes.
Shout out to all the entrepreneurs. Thank you, Kendra, for even having Pink Talk and doing the show.
Yes.
And thank you everybody who's watching.
See you next week, you guys. Bye.
And that was another show from GetLiveRadio.com.
Get the fuck up out my house. Get the fuck up